Hello, my name is Kirk with AEG, and I'm going to teach you how to play Ready, Set, Bet. Ready, Set, Bet is played over 4 rounds. Each round consists of players betting on a single horse race while the action is happening. After each race, players win or lose money for their placed bets. Players also earn VIP rewards and bet on exotic finishes to enhance their experience. After 4 rounds, the player with the most money wins. Let's start with game setup. Place the bet board in the center of the table. Shuffle the prop bet cards and place the deck at the top left space of the bet board. Then draw 5 cards from the deck and place them face up on the blank spaces to the right. Shuffle the exotic finish cards and place the deck on the bottom left of the board. Draw the top card and place it face up on the race 1 space to the right of the deck. Place the black and white bonus bet tokens at the bottom of the bet board. Shuffle the VIP cards and place the deck on the space at the bottom right of the bet board. Place the money chips and supply piles near the board. Select someone to be in charge of running the races and place the racetrack near them. This person is called the house. Unless you choose to use one of the house variants, this person does not compete in the game and runs the races while up to 8 other players make bets. Give the house player the 2 dice and the 9 horse meeples. They place the horses on the green starting gate spots corresponding with their numbers on the left side of the racetrack board. Each non-house player takes a set of 5 player bet tokens in the same color. If there are 7 or 8 betting players, each player returns one of their number 3 tokens to the box. Place the 6 win, place, and show tokens near the bet board. If the house player wishes to compete in the game, give them the 6 house bet tokens and $18 in money chips. They will follow the house bet variant covered later. Playing the game will consist of 4 rounds. During a round, the house player will run the racetrack and move the horses, calling out each dice result. While the race is being run, the other players will simultaneously place bets on the board in real time. After the race, the house player will post the results to the bet board using the win, place, and show tokens, and all players will resolve their winning bets first and their losing bets second. Finally, during cleanup, the racetrack is reset, new prop bet and exotic finish cards are revealed, and the VIP cards are handed out to be used for the following races. With all the horses lined up at the starting gates, the house player begins to roll the dice and move the corresponding horses at a steady pace. They are encouraged to embellish the rolls with as much fast-paced sports commentary as possible. Call out interesting developments, like when horses pull away from the pack or take too long lingering in the starting gates. Note that 2 of the horses have 2 numbers on them. The 2-3 horse will move if the dice roll is a 2 or a 3, and the 11-12 horse will move if the roll is an 11 or 12. There is a bonus move value indicated to the left of the starting gate for each horse, except the 7 horse, which has no bonus. A bonus move is triggered when the same horse number is rolled twice in a row. For example, if a 2 is rolled, followed by a 3, the 2-3 horse will move an additional 3 spots after the second roll. All of the blue horses have a bonus move of 3, the orange 5 and 9 horses have a bonus move of 2, and the red 6 and 8 horses have a bonus move of 1. The 7 horse is so good, he doesn't need a bonus move. A bonus move is not triggered on a 3rd consecutive roll. In the example shown, if an 8 is rolled on the 3rd roll, the bonus move is not triggered. However, if an 8 is rolled on a 4th consecutive roll, a new bonus move is triggered, as the 3rd and 4th roll form a new separate back-to-back roll. The house should be sure to call out snake eyes for rolls of 2 and box cars for rolls of 12, as certain VIP cards give bonuses to players for these rolls. Keep the betting players aware of horses crossing the red line or getting close to crossing the finish line. Be sure to call no more bets when the 3rd horse has crossed the red line and wave your hand over the bet board. A horse crossing the finish line will also end the race immediately and no more bets can be placed. At the end of the race, mark the horses in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place with the win, place, and show tokens. If there is a tie for 2nd, mark the 1st place horse and all horses that tied for 2nd. There is no 3rd place horse when there is a tie for 2nd, so do not place any 3rd place show tokens. If there is not a tie for 2nd and there is a tie for 3rd, mark all 3rd place horses with the 3rd place show token. Now let's cover the types of bets you can place. Remember, once the house has started rolling dice and moving horses, all other players can begin placing bets in real time. Choose whether you want to bet early to get better spots, or wait a bit to see how the race is going. Players may place any of their bet tokens onto any open spot on the board. You cannot place a bet on top of any other bet token, whether it's yours or another player's. You can place multiple bets on the same horse, even to win, if the spots are open. There are 4 color bets near the top of the board. Only 1 bet token can be placed on each of these. The exotic finish bets at the bottom of the board have 3 spaces for 3 different players to bet on. A single player cannot place 2 of their tokens on the same card. Only 1 bet token can be placed on each of the prop bets at the top of the board. Players may resolve their bets simultaneously, but for your first game it might be helpful to resolve 1 player at a time as everyone learns the process. Resolve all of your winning bets first, gaining money chips from the supply, then resolve all of your losing bets, paying money chips back to the supply. When resolving a winning bet, multiply the value of the bet token by the large multiplier number on the bet spot. Here the winning player pays 2 times 4 for a total of $8. That player collects $8 in money chips. Their second winning bet is a $5 token on a 2-time spot. They collect 10 more dollars. Losing bets ignore the number on the bet token and the multiplier on the spot. Instead, you only lose money if the spot has a red circle with a negative number in it. If you bet here and lose, you will only lose $3 in chips. A spot with no red circle is a safe bet. If you bet here and lose, you actually lose no money chips. The remaining chips here are all losers. The first chip is on a -3 red circle, the second chip does not have a red circle, and the third chip is on a -2 red circle. The player lost a total of $5 in chips this round and pays it back to the supply. If you run out of chips and are still resolving losing bets, note that you can never go below $0, so won't go into the negative for those losses. Let's talk about win, place, and show bets. A horse that takes first place will pay all win, place, and show bets. For example, if the 7 horses won, all 3 of these bets are winners. A second place horse will only pay for the place and show bets. Only the 2 tokens in the place and show columns will be paid. The bet to win is a loser. A third place horse will only pay for bets in the show column. Any bets in the place and win columns are losers. And finally, all win, place, and show bets that are for a horse that does not finish in first, second, or third are all losers. The blue, red, and orange color bets near the top of the board are for any horses of that color to win. For example, if you bet on a blue horse to win and any one of the 4 blue horses win, you will get 5 times your bet token. If a blue horse doesn't win, you will lose $1 abiding by the red circle. The black spot is a bet that the 7 horse will finish in 5th place or worse. In this example, the 7 horse has finished in 5th place, so a bet on the black spot is a winner. The prop bets at the top of the board are a bet that one horse will finish better than another. This is a bet that the 2-3 horse will finish higher than the 8 horse. It pays 4 times your bet token if you are right, and you lose $3 in chips if you are not. These horses don't have to win the race for these bets to pay. They only have to finish higher than the other horses shown. Some prop bets are that a horse will finish higher than all the horses of one color. This is a bet that the 6 horse will finish higher than both of the orange horses. And this one is a bet that the 7 horse will finish higher than all the blue horses. The first race is always run with only 1 exotic finish card to bet on. Each following race will add 1 more card. And the 4th and final race of the game will have 4 exotic finishes available to bet. Exotic finish bets only pay if the conditions described on the card are met at the end of the race. For example, a bet on tight race only pays if all the horses have moved at least 6 spaces. At the end of races 1, 2, and 3, you will do the following setup for the next race. After all players have resolved their bets, you will deal out 5 new prop bet cards to the top of the board, and reveal the next exotic finish card, placing it in the spot for the next race. Next, everyone is dealt 2 cards from the VIP deck. Each player looks at their 2 VIP cards and chooses one to keep face up in front of them for the rest of the game, and discards the other. The house player returns all horses to the starting gates and removes the win, place, and show tokens from the board. You're ready for the next race. VIP cards, once picked, are kept for the rest of the game and used in all races. In this example, the player picked a complimentary chips card before race 2 as their first card and earned $9. Even though it doesn't have an effect for the rest of the race, they keep the card in front of them to keep a count of how many VIP cards they've drawn. Before race 3, they picked a Snake Eyes and Boxcars card, which will earn them $1 for every 2 and 12 rolled. And for the final race, they picked a bonus bet token card that adds a black 6 betting chip to their bet tokens. This token can be placed on a spot like any other token and has a value of 6 to be multiplied for wins, but has a risk of losing an additional $3 for losses. The bonus bet tokens with a value of 2 have a special power that negates any loss from the betting spot they are placed on, so you ignore any loss from the red circle. The piggyback bet cards add a special power to the bet token of the number shown. Here, your bet tokens with a 4 on them can be placed on top of an opponent's bets, but not your own. Note that these do combo with the white and black bonus bet token. After the 4th race is over and all players have resolved their bets, players should count up all their money. The player with the most money wins. In the case of a tie, all tied players share the victory. During game setup, I mentioned a variant where the house may compete in bets. Note I mistakenly show $8 here, but they do start the game with $18 in chips. This is to compensate for not drawing any VIP cards during the game. Before each race starts, the house will place their 6 special bet tokens on the bet board in any spots, including prop bets and exotic finishes, so as not to obscure the numbers printed on those spots. When the race starts, those bet spots are still considered open and the other players may place their bet tokens there as usual. At the end of each race, these special tokens are resolved in the same way as the player bet tokens. Note that there is a house rotation variant in the rulebook where the house player potentially changes for each race. And finally, there is an app available to run the race for you in your favorite mobile device. Go to alderac.com/readysetbet to find the links. Special thanks to John D Clair for another great game, and we at AEG hope you enjoy playing Ready Set Bet.